Okay, so we are doing the feminine reading now. So with this feminine energy here, there may be a situation or a person that left, that you didn't want to end, or you want someone not to leave. However this is resonating, if you're going through a breakup or there's something happening where you're just like, no, don't go, don't leave, you want that person to stay. And if it's, like I said, if it's not you, then it's someone else that may feel this way. But this person may have long hair, darker colored hair. So, whatever that is for you. But there is some type of sneaky behavior. So someone could just be, they could have secret accounts, or maybe they're watching porn or on sex sites or whatever the hell, and that's not for everybody. So take the messages as they resonate, okay? Don't force things to fit your story if it's not you. The descriptions just kind of give a little bit more clarity. So you're like, okay, yes, it is me. No, it's not me. Yes, it is my person. No, it's not my person. And like I said, as I'm speaking, it could be you or someone in your energetic field that's going through this. But whatever it is, this person feels very alone. All right. And maybe it's just situations that presented themselves, and maybe it is because there's a situation that's ending or has ended and they didn't want it to end, and that's why this person feels alone. But they're saying for this energy to step into your divine feminine energy, okay? Because you're going to birth a new reality. You're going to be abundant in this reality. So it's important for you to be self-expressive and, stand in your power, be honest, be who you are, and speak truth. Okay, and allow this to flow through you with an open heart. So don't get closed off because of whatever situations are presenting themselves, or whatever is ending, or whatever is leaving. Okay, allow these things to be what they are. And again, like this, she might have, her emotions might be running high, and there might be old things that are coming up to get resolved, or just some type of drama, because like I think there's a super moon coming about. Actually, I think it's today. So that's things that are going to be revealed that weren't revealed before. But whatever it is, these are all going to lead to positive changes. This is all going to bring something better. Okay, so cut whatever energetic cords need to be cut. And if you guys have been, smoking, drinking, tripeando, how are you? If you guys been, whatever it is, what your vice is. So whatever your vice is, if you've been doing too much of it, or you just have toxic people in your life or toxic habits, and it don't have to be like all addictions. It could just be fucking, hey, I procrastinate. Hey, I'm a fucking liar. Hey, I'm a manipulator. These are all toxic things that need to be released and healed, okay? So you have to get rid of these things, maybe take one thing at a time. It doesn't have to be all of them at the same time, but pick something and say, okay, I'm going to work on being honest. I'm going to work on operating from fact and truth, and not manipulate situations. I'm going to work on not omitting things. See what it is for you, but those are things that you need to purge from yourself. Now, your ancestors are here. So if you guys haven't, I don't know, like I said, everybody's not the same. So if you guys have an altar, you haven't had an altar, make an altar, give to your ancestors, talk to your ancestors. Oh, tripeando, I'm sorry. I feel bad for you. But your ancestors are always with you. Okay, so always call out to them when you need guidance, or you need clarity, or you need understanding. Believe me, they provide. Just give them the time to make it happen. Don't force and don't rush things. Now, some of you are in this Nine of Swords energy, where mentally you feel like very, it's like this very anxious energy where you're stuck in your head and you're overthinking, and that's all you're doing right now. And maybe you're just frustrated with everything that's happening, but there's something that's going to be unexpected that's going to happen. So maybe you're going to get unexpected communication, unexpected visit, like something unexpected is going to be happening here. And again, I got a tower moment. So whatever it is that's going to happen, it might cause an internal or external, let me see. Okay. So whatever it is, it's going to be something that's... there's a situation that's going to be coming about where if somebody visits you unexpectedly, it's going to cause a tower moment and even a separation. So if you guys are already in a relationship and you're with somebody else, this person might show up and it's going to cause a tower, or there's going to be some type of communication or something that's going to come in that's going to cause a tower that leads to separation. Okay, and that's not for everybody, but that is for somebody. Now when this separation occurs, there's going to be some type of regret, or like there's some type of emotion that's being repressed, like nobody's speaking about it, nobody's saying anything. Okay, so whatever it was, like I said, it could be past, present, or is going to happen. You know, you decide where you're at on this, but there is some type of repression in regards to this, and spirit wants you to work, meditate, you know. And I know meditation isn't easy for everybody, and most people probably don't even fucking meditate. But if you do meditate, you know, take the time out to meditate. Usually as soon as you wake up in the morning is the best time, because it kind of sets the tone for your day. And if you're a person that just can't sit still in meditation, then do a walking meditation, go outside, take a walk, whatever it is that helps you clear your mind, you know, that just quiet, just allow the quiet, because that's when you gain the clarity, you know. So that needs to happen. And for some of you, this is this person can be Hispanic that you're dealing with. Now, okay, so either you or the person you're dealing with, whether it's the partner or the third party, there's not love here. There's somebody that's just stringing you along. Okay, they don't have real emotions, or you don't have real emotions for this person, and it's like you're just stringing them along. Okay, and whatever it was, it's like maybe someone got cold feet or ran away from the situation. And I have a Four of Swords energy here, so again, it's like I keep getting this healing energy, and whatever it was that's happened or is going to happen, it's just you're gonna need time to kind of get back into who you are, into yourself. Okay, so allow the rest to happen. Don't rush back into work, don't rush back into things that just to occupy your mind. All right, let me see. So yeah, again, this person probably Hispanic, maybe Indian, could possibly be mixed. You know what it is for you, who you're dealing with. But again, there's a contract here that you're meant to fulfill. Okay, so whatever is happening in your life, allow it to happen, because it is meant to happen. It is part of your path. It is part of your journey. All right, but sometimes whatever it is, you have to be careful about your approach to this. All right, because sometimes if you try to control, or you're overbearing, it's harder for things to happen the way they're meant to happen. So don't feel like, okay, well, I tried one time and that's it, I'm done trying. Keep trying. Okay, don't give up, because the only time you fail is when you stop trying, because that's it. That's the only time you fail, or if you don't try at all. So as long as you're still trying, it's gonna work out. But you know, sometimes it requires a different approach. So if you're like, hey, I tried this way, okay, that didn't work, so let me try this way, and then maybe that'll work. And if that doesn't work, then try a different way. Don't keep trying the same thing the same way. Find different ways to find a resolution to whatever you have going on, because this is going to help with a lot of growth. Okay, and for some of you, this may transpire over the summer, but there is some type of there's no communication. Okay, and it could be in regards to a third party or a relationship, you know, or it could just be some type of lesson that you needed to go through and you needed to learn. But there is free will in this situation, and through the free will there is going to be a transformation. But again, I have this guilt, like this very Nine of Swords energy. I have this guilty type of energy, like somebody sabotaged something, whether it was deliberate or unintentional. There was still this energy of sabotage. Okay, now I'm trying to put them together because I'm trying to see what they are. And you guys need to balance your chakras, because some of you might feel like you're trapped, or you feel like you need to be free, or you feel like your spirit is calling you to go somewhere else and you're still in the same place. You haven't made any changes. But you know, there's I do chakra meditations. Like, I find my videos on YouTube, and typically at nighttime is when I put them in, because I wake up feeling brand new. But it'll be good for you if you guys do that. This individual may have tattoos, maybe even piercings. And this person, whether it's you or the other individual, there's some type of illegal activity that somebody's engaging in. You know, it could be theft, it could be fraud, could be drugs, you know, whatever you're involved in, or whatever the person you're dealing with is involved in. For some of you, it is has to do with finances. So whatever it is, just make sure that you're budgeting, you're spending money accordingly, and if you are doing shit, just be careful. Like, be careful with your actions, because some of you might lose money in regards to some type of decision or some type of legalities. Like, it's like balancing the scales, okay? So maybe there's some type of, if it's not finances, but I feel like it's finances for some of you, and for others of you, whatever your illegal activity is, there might be some type of loss attached to that. But, don't look at it as terrible, because when something ends, something new begins. But this phase is like I said, these are lessons. These are things that are meant to be learned, because I have the Ten of Swords energy, and with this energy is just, it's endings, like it's done. All right, and maybe this is something that'll help clear the ego away and help you to gain a new beginning, because I keep getting a new beginning. So maybe that's what's going to be happening here. All right, and sometimes it helps you to figure out who you are. So we go through these towers or these moments, and they shatter the belief of who we think we are, and then we have to go deeper to find out who we truly are. Hi, Shell. Okay, but it seems like some of you may be having some type of self-pity, and you're feeling bad about yourself, or maybe whatever decisions were made, or whatever situation you're currently in. And when you in this energy, it makes you feel stuck. It makes you feel like you have no control, or you can't change things. And that's not true. You're very capable of changing any and everything in your life. But you have to make that decision. You have to decide that, okay, I'm not going to sit here and feel bad for myself. I'm not going to sit here and wallow in this energy, because it's a toxic energy. It's only going to lead you down a path where you don't really want to go. So allow your feelings, feel your feelings, but have a limit. Say, okay, after this time frame, I'm not going to think about this anymore. And every time the thought comes to your mind, replace it with a better thought, because you can't. It's when we focus and we become obsessive about the bad things that happen to us, is when we get depressed, is when we get sad, because we have these constant thoughts, and they don't go away. So you have to find a way to train your mind to let these things go, okay? Because this self-pity is limiting you. All right, and maybe it's your fear, maybe you're afraid of letting this go, or maybe you're afraid of how great you can be or what you can accomplish. But understand that you are limiting yourself. And again, this Nine of Swords energy, like you really feel stuck or confined, whether it's literal or figuratively. You have this energy here, and there's something that you're not facing. Like there's some type of truth that either you don't want to deal with, or it's like you're just like, there's no way, like you're in denial about something. Okay, and if you've been asking a question, they're saying the answer is yes. I don't know what it is, but they're just saying the answer is yes. And for some of you, if there's a person that has been wearing a mask, or you've been thinking that someone is false or is not being who they are or what they're meant to be, there is some type of mask that is being worn here, and it looks like there's a lie, like somebody might be lying to you, or maybe there's some type of, it's the devil energy, so Capricorn energy. But it's like maybe there's some type of deception. There's something here in regards to whatever you're being presented with and what's actually happening, or what's true. Okay. So if you're dealing with someone that you feel like, I can fix this person, or I can make this person better, you can't. Okay, whatever it is, if you have this belief that, oh, I can make this person better, or I can heal this person, or I can whatever with this person, you cannot. We cannot fix anybody. We can't do anything that they don't want to do. Okay, the best thing we can do is show them. We can be there for them. We can love them. But we can't force them to do something they don't want to do. So if you're with somebody and you're like, oh, they'll change. No, they're not going to change. If they're not ready to change, if you've been with them for fucking years and they haven't changed, the likelihood of them changing is very slim, especially as they get older, because they're more set in their ways. So sit with yourself. Ask yourself, how long have I been in this situation? How long have I been with this person? Every time they say, I promise, I love you, I'm going to change, this is going to be different. How long have you waited for it to be different? And how many times have they said it? And how long have you waited each time? Be realistic with yourself. And this is a painful process, because you have to really sit with yourself and be like, you know what? they're never going to change. And then you have to decide, am I going to stay here and keep dealing with this, or are you going to be the change? Are you going to make that change? Because you can't force them to do anything, but you can control what you do and what you want to deal with. I have Scorpio energy coming out here. So again, they're saying take a time out. So, you know, whatever it is that you've been through, if it is a separation, a breakup, take the time out, because you need the time to take care of yourself and make sure, you know, maybe cook. I don't know if you eat out a lot, but try to cook yourself some food, eat some healthy food. And this isn't for everybody, but there's sound healing. If you guys go to sound baths or you do sound baths, this is one of my favorite things, because it just, your whole body feels the sound and it just clears everything. So if you haven't done this, definitely see if you could find somebody locally that can do this. I know they have some sound bath healing on YouTube, but I prefer like going physically, you know, whatever that is, because some of you may have hit rock bottom, or that's where you're headed, is to like hit rock bottom. And when you get to rock bottom, it's not necessarily a bad thing to get to rock bottom, because typically when you hit that, it's like you're realizing, oh shit, my life has been this. I need to change this. I gotta do better. These things need to happen in order for me to progress. You know, it kind of like awakens you. It's like a slap in the face, like, okay, get your shit together. So, you know, it's not a bad energy. It's not terrible. It's just you're kind of lower than where you'd like to be. But also there's nowhere to go but up, okay? And they want you to look at the programming. Look at what it is that you went through as a child. How did you get programmed? You know, when you dealt with certain situations, when you dealt with betrayal, when you dealt with people lying to you, when you dealt with these situations as you were younger, how did you learn to cope with them? What was your coping mechanism? How did you survive these things? Because whatever it was, when we get broken or hurt at young ages, we find ways to deal with things, and they're not the healthiest ways. But it's what helps us get through, and that's what helps us make sense of things. But as you get older, you have to sit with yourself and say, am I still repeating these patterns? Are these healthy patterns? Is this a healthy way for me to deal with these situations? Because 9 out of 10 times, they're not, because we're children. We don't think logically and say, okay, this is the best way to go about dealing with this. We just don't. You know, we do what works, and then we move forward. So see what patterns you still have right now, because these are the things that will sabotage you. These are the things that limit you. This is what stops you from going to where it is that you need to go in your life. So really decide what it is that's going on and where you keep on failing yourself. What it is that you're just like, okay, you know, I had another relationship and then it ended badly. Or this happened and maybe I went back into some temptation and I sabotaged the situation myself. See what it is for you that you keep going back to, because again, they keep saying like these are ancestral patterns. So this has probably been going on for generations. This is something that's beyond you, but you're the one that's being chosen to heal this. So, you know, maybe your parents had similar behaviors and traits, and maybe your grandparents. Like sit, if they're still alive, you know, have conversations. But if you can't, like try to recall, try to remember their behaviors, their actions, what they do, how they handle situations, and then see what you carry, see what it is that you do and how you handle things, because that'll help you gain clarity and help you have a starting place as to, okay, I need to heal this because this is not serving me the way you think it is. So try to kind of backtrack on that and try to make a better choice with that, because it's hard, you know. And like I said, they want you to break the cycles. That's why it came up 2 times. So when I repeat the messages, they're confirming like this is really important for you guys, and that's what needs to be healed. Because some of you guys may have lost, like truly lost who you are, like lost your integrity. And you know, when you lose yourself, it's like you lose everything, and you don't even realize that those parts of you are lost. Okay, so it's like you have to trust your intuition. And I don't remember where I seen it somewhere, or I read something, but it was basically, you know, having a conversation. They were 2 people having a conversation, and it was in regards to causing somebody to not trust their own instincts. You know, they asked like, oh, well, do you feel bad about lying? They're like, no, I don't feel bad about lying, but I feel bad that I caused somebody to not trust themselves, to not trust their instincts, to not trust the messages they were getting because they were true. You know, because people lie. Some people lie out of fear. Some people lie out of manipulation. People lie for a lot of reasons. This is why you have to be so in tune with yourself that regardless of what anybody else's words are, what you feel inside, what you feel to be true, that is what is true, not what anybody tries to manipulate you into believing, because that's where we fuck up. That's where we end up in these situations that we don't want to be in. That's when we're like, oh, but I love them and I trust them. No, trust yourself more. If your spirit's telling you something's not right, trust your spirit. Your spirit's telling you they're lying, they're cheating, whatever it is, trust your spirit, trust your soul, trust your intuition, because that is right. People will fucking lie. They will lie. Even if you think they won't lie, they will fucking lie. Okay? I promise you, they will lie, because they want you to avoid any person or situation that is not good for you. And like I said, you get feelings, you get physical feelings. So avoid it. If you feel like, oh, this person makes me feel some type of way, or I feel uncomfortable, or I feel anxious, get away from those people, because they're not serving you. Okay? So whatever it is, they want you to find new people to talk to. If it is, what's that? Whatever situations you have going on, like, try to find something that's more healthy, okay? Because this is crazy. Like, this energy is just, it's not a good energy, and that's what happens when we get lost in ourselves and we put too much faith in other people and not enough in ourselves, all right? So whatever darkness, whatever shadow work, if you've been doing dark night of the soul, these things, whatever it is that you've been going through, just pay attention to what's being presented to you, because there are things that are beneficial for you in this process, okay? Our darkness isn't always bad. It does serve a purpose. It's just when you allow the darkness to consume you, it's when you allow that part of you to drive your decisions, is where you have an issue, okay? We always have a choice in whatever it is that we decide that we're going to do and not going to do. It's easier to give in to the bad. It's easier to do what's wrong instead of what's right. If you ask anybody, it's always harder to do the right thing, because everybody's not doing the right thing. Everybody says, oh, well, there's laws and there's this and there's that. Just because something is a law doesn't mean it's correct. Doesn't mean that it's right. You have to have integrity. You have to trust your intuition. You have to do what in your soul is correct for you, okay? And whatever situation it is that's going on right now, okay? Because sometimes you create these restrictions, and you create these restrictions because of outside forces. It's not within you. You're creating them because other people are telling you, this is a restriction, or this is your limitation, this is what's okay, this is not what's okay. And that's not true. What's true is what you believe to be true. So if you believe those limitations to be true, then that's it. That's as far as you're gonna go. If you say fuck your limitations, I don't give a fuck what you're saying, you can go further and beyond, okay? You truly can, but that is something that comes from you, all right? And again, sometimes sacrifice comes with these decisions. Sacrifice comes with the choices that we have to make. And it's not easy. It's not easy, because you don't want to sacrifice your family. You don't want to sacrifice love. You don't want to sacrifice your career. There's things you're sacrificing, but when you sacrifice, you get blessed with so much more, because you're following your path. You're doing what it is that you need to do for you. Okay, so whatever shifts, whatever epiphanies, whatever breakthroughs, whatever tower moments, pay attention to them. Pay attention to what you're feeling, because I promise you, they are all serving a purpose. They all serve a purpose, okay? So don't feel like, oh, well, my darkness is too terrible. Believe me, if I sat here and told you all the fucked up shit I've done, you'd be like, holy shit. And I don't say that because I'm proud of my behavior. It's because I've gone through all of this to learn. I've learned a lot, so I share this. I talk to you guys, because if I can help you to avoid the bullshit, then by all means, please avoid the bullshit. It's not worth the fucking hassle. It's not worth the delays. It's not worth the years of your fucking life. It's not. But be comfortable in your darkness, okay? The same way you're comfortable in your light, be comfortable in your darkness, because it serves a purpose. My darkness has protected me from shit where I've had to be the bitch. But believe me, I'm still here because I have a good heart. I am a kind-hearted person. So allow your heart, your soul to navigate you, because whatever it is, like I said, whatever there's just this energy, this all mental. Get out of the mental space. It's not serving at all. Okay, you have to get back into balance. So meditate, balance your chakras, because that's the biggest thing, is the meditation and balancing the chakras, because then you'll feel a lot better and your mind won't be like, oh my God. All right, this is the feminine reading. I'm going to do the relationship reading next. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you guys in a few seconds.